Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome back to Discardables. Today on Discardables, I think I heard something break. Hold on a sec. Today on Discardables, completing Evolving Skies. Ooh. An episode that I frankly thought would never come. I never thought I'd be doing this. But first, before we get started, here's the playmat of the day. This is not a sponsored spot or anything, just a playmat that I very much liked and wanted to promote. This one comes from the company Gamer Mats, and the illustration is by an artist named Sendara, somebody I've promoted on this show before. I love this so much, with the baby dragons hatching from their eggs, and this one playing with the feather like it's a, or playing with the leaf like it's a, like they're a cat or something like that. You have this one blowing bubbles and the fire dragon reacting to it. So many good personality traits of these dragons here. And then you can see the mom faded out in the background, just looking over them. I thought a lot of you would like this one very much. I also thought it worked pretty well because we have a lot of Eevee evolutions and they're all elemental and everything, you know. Evolving Skies is a notoriously hard set to complete. In fact, I'm the first person I know who's actually done it. There's a good reason why this set is so awful to complete. Or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, 7, 8 reasons why this set is awful to complete. This was the first set ever printed that had every single Eevee evolution in it at the same time. And not only every single Eevee evolution, but they all have multiple cards each. This is just Leafeon alone, all from the same set. You have your V-Rare, you have your V-Max, you have your full art, you have your alternate full art, you have your rainbow art, and then you have your rare alternate full art. It's a lot. Okay, let's try that a little more carefully. Oh, I haven't talked about this. So a little touch that I started doing is I noticed that all these binders always had these pockets here, and so I put any paper that had to do with the set in there as a nice little flair. So we got a booster box here, we have this little booklet that showcases some of the art and the cards in the set. I thought that was a nice little use for those things and gave them a nice purpose in the collection, whereas I didn't really know what to do with them before. They were just kind of sitting in boxes. But I thought we could look at the regular old boring cards before we got into the good stuff. So here we go. You might wonder why Eevee evolutions make it so hard to complete if you've never collected Pokemon cards before. And well, there's supposed to be a card here. Oh, I grabbed my only Flareon to do the thing before, okay. Well, think about it like this. After the cards rotate out of playability in the game, all they are at that point is merchandise for people that are fans of that specific Pokemon. And that means that popular Pokemon are going to have more people wanting merchandise of them than an unpopular Pokemon. As a result, Eevee evolutions, Tyranitar, starter evolutions, those kinds of Pokemon tend to hold their value a lot better than, say, Gourgeist here. No offense to the Gourgeist fans that I have just offended. But yeah, that's why this set is so notoriously hard to complete. And it's not just that. There's a certain other Pokemon in this set that tends to command quite high prices that I intentionally left out, and it also has things. Look at that, Rayquaza, right there. Why did I say Rayquaza? I've said that that pronunciation is stupid and that I refuse to ever use it, so no, Rayquaza is right there. 2 of them. And that's not all of them. Misa Jar Jar Binks. I thought of this the first time I saw this card, and now you can never unsee it. It just looks so much like it, doesn't it? Dream Ball. I thought this was an interesting card. You could search your deck for any Pokemon if you took this as a prize card, but it wasn't playable at the same time as cards that you could, like, look at your prize cards with or swap with your prize cards with, I don't think. Some of these card names got incredibly long. Rapid Strike, Scroll of the Flying Dragon. It sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, like, I play Single Strike, Scroll of the Fang Dragon! I can just hear it in Dan Green's voice. So now we move on to the full art cards. I'm gonna remove these one by one, and we're gonna make a nice little pile, and I'm going to tell you about my stories with these cards, one by one, because I have lots of stories of obtaining these. My arm is getting tired from this. The people who made this set are sick. This isn't even the whole thing. It's so freaking top heavy and I'm just having to do this. Look at this, look at this. This thing is bigger than a deck. And this is just the ultra rares. And secret rares. I don't know how they ever expected kids to complete these sets. It's no wonder that adults are ruining everything in this game. All right. Well, one way or another, I've gotten these all into one pile and we'll go over them one at a time. Leafeon V, I don't have a particular story with you right away, but I like the orange backdrop, kind of an autumn-y feel to it. I think Leafeon shiny color is just a darker green. I wish it was autumn colored. Missed opportunity there. The alternate art Leafeon V. So my friend Tim and my girlfriend and I all went to Disney for our birthdays, because we all have April birthdays. And on the drive home, that day happened to be my birthday, and I stopped at a card shop and I got this. So that was sort of a birthday present. Trevenant V is not cut properly. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. Flareon V. Flareon V has got a lovely background there. I think I pulled you from a booster pack, I'm wanting to say. Oh, no. Volcaronav. I won't do that anymore, I promise. Gyarados V. Looks so ferocious the way it's like coming out with the perspective and the vortex behind it. Vaporeon. Suicune. Glaceon V. On Christmas Day, a few years ago, I pulled this from a booster pack, and then I opened another booster pack and immediately pulled it again. I sold the other one for I think like $85 at the time, and I was able to use that to get a lot of other cards. Super lucky day. Merry Christmas to me. Arctovish, Jolteon, Dracozolt, Espeon V. I remember hunting you in a card shop pretty recently, like in the last year. I remember being surprised that I didn't have you when I realized that you were missing on my spreadsheet. This was a gift to myself last year. Yeah, last year. So something that I do is whenever I finish a big long-term project where I've been working on videos for months or something like that, I let myself go and card hunt for one day and just see what I could find at the local card shops. And this is what I got for finishing, I think, Splatoon 2, back when that happened. Galurk. I got that one on my birthday. I swear they're not all birthday gifts or gifts to myself. God, now I just sound lonely. Sylveon, aw, so smiley. Just I always hear its cry whenever I see that smile, the meow. There's Sylveon stealing a macaroon from a bakery. Medicham, probably the least expensive card in the set. Medicham, that was for my birthday. I got that at the same card shop that I got Leafeon at on that day that we came back from Disney. Lycanroc, Umbreon. Umbreon, in particular, is a card that that tends to be worth a lot of money. There's lots of Umbreon cards that all go for a lot. This one, I remember hunting at a what convention was it? I think this was at a MomoCon a couple of years ago, where I found this for a good price and was finally able to add it to my collection. I wasn't lucky enough to pull this. Garbodor, still a fan of you. Dragonite, look at you giving a high five. The alternate art Dragonite. To tell my story with this card, I need to tell my story with another card. So we're gonna set that aside for right now. Rayquaza again. This one was a gift from a viewer. I thank you very much for that because this card is not at all easy to get. Some of you have been incredibly generous over the years. Noivern. Oh, I hunted this at a PAX East, I think it was. I love this card. He looks like Batman against the night sky of a city. Just looks so cool. It's also not centered the best. Seems to be a running theme. Duraludon alternate art. This was the card that I couldn't stop pulling. I pulled this from a booster pack probably like 5 times. I've opened so many packs from the set, at least 400. I know that number because in TCG Online, or TCG Live is what it's called now, you can only scan QR codes from so many booster packs, and I hit the 400 booster pack limit for Evolving Skies. Every time I saw Evolving Skies packs, I would always swoop them up because, you know, why wouldn't you? There's so many hard cards to find in the set. But this isn't the worst card in the world to be pulling all the time. I was able to trade them for some other things. Aroma Lady. I love seeing Aroma Lady artwork. She's one of the better character designs, I think, in Pokemon that's not appreciated enough. Copycat! Copycat is a card that's been around since Gen 2, hence her backwards cap from that game. But every generation they reprint her, they have her disguise herself as characters from that generation. Here we have Marnie, we have Leon, and we have Chairman Rose. It's a nice way to breathe new life into an old card. Gordy. That was another card I couldn't stop pulling. Raihan. This was one of the last cards I got. It was one of many low-value cards I got at convention. If you like the male trainers, you have a very easy time completing sets of them, because other than N, there's like no male characters. Oh no, I guess Red. Yeah, there is a trainer card of Red though, but there's significantly more girl characters than boy characters that are worth a lot of money. Zinnia, speaking of which, she tends to go for a lot. Leafeon VMAX, we're now getting into the rainbow rares. All right. These are the biggest horrible cards to get, but they're beautiful. And so it's a very big love-hate relationship. They did Dynamax versions of all the Eevee evolutions, and they have them doing cat-like activities while they're giant. This one playing with a bale of hay like it's a ball of yarn or something. It's adorable. I got this one as a birthday gift. So, yeah. Trevenant. Gyarados. Wait. No, I didn't have another gift to myself. What am I saying? I hunted something at a convention, but it wasn't a gift. Glaceon. Dracozolt. Sylveon. Mew. Sylveon VMAX. This card. I pulled this from one of my first booster packs of Evolving Skies, and I was so glad that I wouldn't have to worry about buying it later, because, man, this one's expensive. And it's not hard to see why. It's adorable. You have Marshadow using its ribbon as a slide. You got Vaporeon kind of going up like a lift. You have Eevee sitting up there on top of it. It's just a super cute picture. And it's like Sylveon is like, its ribbons are like a playground for other Pokemon when it's that big. It's so cute. You know, if it was doing cat-like activities, though, it'd be trying to eat all of those Pokemon crawling all over it. Lycanroc, Umbreon, Garbodor, Rayquaza. Rayquaza. You were a gift from a viewer, and one of the most extravagant gifts from a viewer. You guys are nuts with the cards that you have given me. I thank you so much for this. The person who gave me this, I think, is named Mr. Luigi64. You gave me a whole box of full art cards, and this was in there. And I saw it, and I told you, you don't want to give this card to me. You want to go downstairs to the convention's floor and sell this. And he goes, no, I want to give it to you. And I couldn't believe I got this. This is what made this set feel finally attainable. I was missing so many big money cards from it that I thought I would never complete it, and then I got this as a gift, and I thought, maybe someday it could actually happen, and well, here we are. Duraludon VMAX, another card that I think I pulled multiple times. I think I also pulled this one multiple times. Something about Duraludon. I've heard that the geographic location that you're located in can have a lot to do with the cards that you pull, where you just get the same cards over and over again because it isn't truly random. I don't know what the truth is to that, but I've heard rumors about that over the years. There's a Rainbow Aroma Lady, Rainbow Copycat, Rainbow Gordy. I'm not a big fan of the Rainbow cards. Raihan. Rainbow Raihan rolls off the tongue pretty well. Zinnia's Resolve. A shiny Frostlass. Believe it or not, the shiny Pokemon in the set don't go for anything. They are some of the cheapest cards to get in the set if you want that. And it's weird because there's a shiny starter evolution here, which I just said usually holds value well, but I guess Inteleon's not that popular. And then we have Cresselia here, who's been a competitive god since the dawn of its existence, and yet it just doesn't really seem to go for much. Boost Shake. Crystal Cave. I love the gold outlines on these crystals. It just really makes it pop. Full Face. Why is this called Full Face Guard? There's no such thing as a full face guard. That's just a helmet, bro. It's just a helmet. Why did you make a fancy name for it? Stormy Mountains, the gold outline, this mountain disappearing into the fog. That's one of my favorite golden cards in the set. Toy Catcher. Turffield Stadium. Say what you will about Sword and Shield, the moments in the stadiums, those were really well done. Just makes me think of that. Milo's a good character too. We have a lightning energy, a darkness energy, and a metal energy. It's kind of weird how it's the 3 types that have different names in the TCG, where this is lightning type, this is darkness type, this is metal type. I always wish that it was called metal type in the games, because, you know, steel, there are metals other than steel that belong to the steel type. Steel is a specific metal, not an, you know, a classification of something. So there we are. Quite a lot of cards, but we're not done here. Eagle-eyed viewers, or those that have way too much time on their hands with collecting like I do, you might have noticed that there were a few cards missing in there. Dun 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 dun. I can feel the power. Umbreon VMAX is the most miserable card to get in this set. And I pulled it from a boot. No, I didn't. I didn't pull it from a booster pack. This, as of right now, stands as the most money I have ever spent for a card. An amount that will go with me to my grave. I had just gotten cash for something in my personal life. That sounds like I'm drug dealing. He's like, no, it was just Tim paying his bills in cash. It was nothing more complicated than that. But Tim gave me his bills in cash, and there happened to be it happened to be the week of MomoCon, and I went and I saw this at a booth, and it was in pristine condition. Let me carefully remove this so you can see it a little better. Okay, all right. I'm being so careful. It's in a sleeve within a sleeve. Okay, okay, there we go. I feel so dirty, like just touching this thing. But yeah, you can see it, it's pristine condition. Like, it's so freaking good. The back doesn't have like anything on it. It's just gorgeous. It might be the cleanest one I've ever seen, which is saying a lot, because, you know, these things are just so coveted. But I had a large amount of cash, and I was able to make a deal with the card shop owner saying that if I paid in cash, would he give me a good price and waive the tax? And he agreed to it. And with how much money this card costs, the tax alone is a huge saving on it. So I got it for a pretty darn good deal. And that's where this Dragonite comes in. Dragonite here. My girlfriend is a very shrewd businesswoman. She suggested to me that if I'm buying this, I should see if there's anything else I'm missing, and the guy will probably throw it in for not very much money. And even though I was spending a lot of money already, I chose this Dragonite, and the guy gave it to me for like 2/3 of what it was worth. It was a huge discount. I think the guy was just happy to make a sale that big in cash on his shift so he could brag to his boss or something like that. But yeah, you can sometimes talk them down on the price. Bring cash with you to a convention. It's the best tip that I have. You will get good deals that way. You can get them to waive tax, and that can really add up if you're spending hundreds of dollars. Which is what I was doing in this situation. Seriously, if you don't believe me, just look up the value of this card. Ugh. All right. Just gonna carefully put this back in. Oh God, no, I'm kidding. I'll get a nicer plastic case for you someday. This is the one that I had on hand. But that wasn't the last card I needed to complete the set. After that one, we had Glaceon VMAX. So this card, I also got for a good deal. I got this at Dragon Con this last month. I went card hunting there, and there wasn't a whole lot of selection, but there was one booth that had this, and I made a cash offer on it, and the guy knocked seriously like $100 off the price for me and waived the tax. It was a really freaking good deal. It was matching roughly the bottom of what it was costing on TCG Player, but without the tax, so I made out really, really well there. I couldn't believe that I found this. I saw it in person when I still needed it. But that wasn't the last card I needed either. There was one card that eluded me more than any of these. And that card is the standard full art Glaceon. I never saw this once in any card shop, in any online store that I was browsing that I, wanted to order from, at any convention, in any booster pack, any bunch of cards that I was given as a gift, nothing. This card was a phantom where I couldn't find it anywhere. And the printing that I got of it's actually crooked, I just realized, where, yeah, like this line is not parallel to the edge of the card. But I got it. Shortly after I got this one, I decided to just go card hunting at local stores until I could find this one because the selection at Dragon Con wasn't great. And at the very first store I went to, it was a place called Amazing not Amazing Discoveries, that's in Arizona. It was a place called Killer Finds. They had this card and it was $6 and it was the last card I needed to complete Evolving Skies. It was a freaking $6 card I was missing after all that time. Now to put all these cards back where they belong and to put this in its rightful place. It feels kind of wrong putting cards like this into a binder given how that can bend the card over time. So I'm starting a project today where I've just ordered a whole bunch of these and I want to keep them in these and not in a binder if they go above a certain amount. I haven't decided what that amount should be, but this is definitely staying out of there, as is the Umbreon. Aw, Golurk, he helping. And Swablu, he helping. And now there is one step left that we need to do. A personal touch that I've added to my collection that I think adds a lot are these. Whenever I complete a set that's one of every card, I put a little star on the spine of the binder, so that way when it's sitting on the shelf, you can see at a glance which sets are complete and which ones aren't. If I have every variant of every card, I add a double star to it, though I don't really like collecting every variant of every card, so I haven't done that for very many sets. And I've debated getting rid of that, but I think this adds a lot, and it just looks nice on a shelf to have lots of stars on the little binder spines. Does my heart good to see it where it belongs. God, this binder is gonna be the hot ticket item at my estate sale when I die. So now, in true Discardables fashion, we gotta open some booster packs. Right as soon as I get back from Best Buy.
6.5 hours later.
I got back from Best Buy with a frickin' vengeance! Look at this! We're gonna open this together. The Charizard EX Super Premium Collection. Includes 3 promo cards. The card comes packed with this little P-shaped thing that I've never seen them use before in packaging for Pokemon cards. Maybe this is the first. Here's Charizard! Yay, we all love Charizard, don't we? Don't we? Well, see about that. I'm not gonna say that Charizard's overrated or anything like that, but what I am gonna say is the back of this thing said Charizard guards your favorite card, so I thought this statue was gonna have like a slot for a card. You know, like the last time they did one of these figures. It's still a good statue, don't get me wrong, it's just, I kind of thought that's what it was going to be when I saw the pictures of it online and everything. You can see a size comparison here if you want to compare it to the last time that is. This one's got a slot for a card in it, so I don't get why this one doesn't. Maybe they just wanted to save money on the base by making it smaller? I really don't know. Well, Charizard, you can hang out over here. We can take a look at the 3 promo cards. I love the Cosmos borders that they do for promo cards nowadays. It looks fabulous. Just the silver borders in general were a great decision. But yeah, you get Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard EX. In true Charizard fashion, it does probably the most raw damage of anything in the game right now, but you discard a bunch of energy to do it, so, you know, not exactly the most played card. At least I assume not. Usually that's how it goes. There have been occasional Charizards that have been good over the years, and I don't know if this is one of them. Cast those aside, because we got some packs to open. We're gonna do this one at a time until we get something exciting. I'm gonna start with Iron Crown, is how they call it in Europe. All right, Metal Energy. And we got Nuzleaf, Minccino, Rockruff, Litten, Golurk, Shaman, Forretress, Arbok, Fluttermane. I'll take Galvantula, not the Pokemon that I thought was going to be on the booster packs for this set, I'll say that much, but anything that brings more love to Galvantula's way, I will happily take. I always kind of felt it was a bit of an underrated Pokemon. Compound Eyes, Thunder, all that stuff. Got a nice fancy new pattern for this Darkness Energy, and we get Salandit, Dipplin, Panseer, Meditite, Driftblim, Rapidash, Revavroom, Eevee, Azumarill, Raging Bolt. Thanks to the silvery borders, you can now no longer tell if you got something exciting just from seeing the border, barely seeing the border of a card through another card. I'll take Walking Wake. Man, I have opinions about Walking Wake. I thought when they made Walking Wake and Iron Leaves raid Pokemon, I thought that, okay, you can get them early if you participate in the raid, but you'll be able to catch them normally when the DLC comes out, right? Right? And then they announced Iron Boulder and Iron Crown and Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire, and said they were gonna be in the DLC, so I'm like, oh cool, Walking Wake and Iron Leaves too, right? Right? No, you can only get them through limited time raids, and I have no idea why. And they're version exclusive, so good luck getting both of them. Solosis, Skitty, Electabuzz, Bramblin, Cypher Maniac's Codebreaking, Great Tusk, Vikavolt, Bianca's Devotion, Macargo, Bramblegast, and a Water Energy. Forgot to flip the energy that time. It's a Charizard box. Let's go for the Charizard pack. It'd be a crime if I didn't open these things. Also, why am I making one pile for everything? These are all different sets. I need to keep these separate later on, otherwise it's going to make my life heck. Fighting Energy. Getting new energy still. Reminds me of that Charizard that has the misprint with the Fighting Energy on it. Carvana, Lechonk, Fungus, Nosepass, Lycanroc, Probopass, Linoon, Greavard, Darumaka, Scovillain. Let's see, we'll take Charizard one more time. Fighting Energy, oh no, I flipped over the rare. I can't be doing that, don't you know? I don't know why I sounded like that when I did it. Greavard, Tynamo, Phantump, Vulpix, Team Stargrunt, Altaria, Mawile, Audino, Ninetales! Hey, I'm pretty sure I already have you. I think I'll keep pulling packs. Darkrai. I'll take Ursaluna next. Whirlipede, Crawdaunt, Farfetch'd, Torkoal, Dipplin, Conkeldurr, Community Center, Poltergeist, Florges, Wellspring Mask, Olorpon EX. Take Roaring Moon for 200. Remoraid, Pumpkaboo, Zubat, Natu, Future Booster, Energy Capsule, Simisage, Norman, Techno Radar, Barasol Lady, Milotic, that's all, folks. Running out of room for all these stacks. We'll go Ursaluna next. See what we get. I gotta say, I'm kind of not impressed with the pulls I've gotten from this so far. Not to say that yours will be the same way, but hey. Got that? Froakie, Phantump, Slugma, Tadbulb, Community Center, Farigiraf, Brute Bonnet, Zapdos, Girder, Pheasantipity. Cracked open Lapras's shell next. God, I feel so bad. That reminds me of that episode of the anime where those guys were like beating Lapras with a steel pipe. It was so violent. Oh, this Wooloo was gorgeous. Finneon, Salazzle, Lantern, Slowking, Rotom, Rotom, Salandit, Zeraora. Last pack. I think Ninetales is gonna be the catch of the day at this rate. I saw something. I definitely saw the edge of something. After I just said that you can't tell from the edges, like, I know I saw the edge of something. Plusle, Tandemaus, Toadscool, Toxel, Cursed Duster, Orbeetle, Cloth, Dwebble, Porygon 2, Skeledur GX Terra-type. It's okay. All right, Ninetales is definitely the crap. Which pile were you in? There you are. Ninetales is the catch of the day, I think. Okay. Well, I got a lot of cards to put away. I gotta clean up the mess that I always make when I make these. I'll see you back here next time on Discardables. Thank you so much.